Please give a great Johannesburg welcome to Jeremy Clarkson!
If you could choose between an Audi S3, a Ford Focus...
There's no such thing as an Audi X3, that's the first thing we've established.
for sugar.
There's a BMW. Oh, an S3?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was deaf. Right, an Audi S3. I'm falling asleep.
The Focus ST, a VW GTI. Which one would you go for?
Oh, I've fallen asleep. I've literally fallen asleep. I'd have the Golf GTI. Can the next question not be about what the car next to buy?
How much trouble do you think you're going to be in with the President Zuma chirp? We liked it, by the way.
How, the President
Did you like it?
That is one of my bigger problems. It's one of my bigger problems. Sometimes a thought pops into my head, but my thought bone is connected to my mouth bone. So I made a bit of a cock-up. That's not right, is it? It just came out, and I apologise profusely if I've upset anyone with saying that. Undoubtedly, I'll be in the British press tomorrow for having insulted Johannesburg, but I didn't mean it. It was a terrible accident.
Why didn't you slap Simon Cowell when he came to your show?
Why didn't I slap who?
Simon Cowell when he came to your show.
To be honest, I've known Simon Cowell for quite a long time, even before he was famous. And he's actually, I know you don't want to hear this, quite a nice man. Bit camp, but a very nice man. He likes me a lot. No, he is. I don't know, weirdly, you'd love to hate Simon Cowell. It's not possible. Whereas I don't know, do you know Piers Morgan here? Now he's a fucking wanker. You see this on the here? This I don't know. We've got a camera here. Where's the camera? There. Because you can see there's a bump on my finger just there. Can we see that on the screen? Yeah. I caused that bump just there by punching Piers Morgan's face. That's how much I hate Piers Morgan. Anyway, so. What have we got else? This is much better than Golf GTI.
On the left-hand side, JP wants to ask a question.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you claim to be a big petrol head, but why do we always have to watch you choosing cars with extreme comfort? What about some raw power, balls to the wall, no comfort, real petrol head cars?
I'm 50 years old, man. Those days are long. No, to be honest, I absolutely, you know for me, I have a Mercedes, the 6.2 litre black special edition, which I drive incredibly quickly, and I love that. Actually, I have to tell you a great story about my Mercedes. It's got very, very tight bucket seats in it. I don't know if you know the car I'm talking about here, but really, really figure-hugging. And the seatbelt mounting point is inside the seat. So you need snake hips, okay, to get in there and get a seatbelt on. And I don't know if you know the CLK well enough, but when you get in it, the seatbelt is offered to you. It comes out on a sort of roller thing. Now, I went round to a film location the other day, and there's no other way of describing a fat girl came out and said, well, you parked in the wrong place, let me show you where you should have parked, I'll come with you. Oh, God almighty, she won't be able to get her arse in the seat. She got one buttock into the seat. And then that was it. So I thought, well, it doesn't matter, we'll just drive around without her seatbelt on. But the bloody thing comes out and wobbles in her face like, you fat bitch. Fat. And this is one of the problems you face as you become slightly more portly. And that's why I tend to drive my Range Rover a lot more than that. But don't worry, mate, do not worry. I still like to drive at 180 miles an hour in a supercar, as much as I ever did. We got another one? Yes, there's a chap over here in a pink shirt, so that means he's got a BMW. What sort of BMW have you got? You have a what? You have a Ferrari, which one? A what? You have to talk into the microphone.
I have a 16F.
Really? It's a cheap one. It's okay, it's okay. The bottom rung of the ladder is still the ladder. Yes, of course.
In your book, Tribute to Distraction, you pay a tribute to the Range Rover. Is that intended to be serious, or...?
No, it genuinely is intended to be serious. It was only recently I was converted to the Range Rover, and now really I can't drive anything else. You just need fucks with environmentalist heads when you've got one of those. I quite like that. Yes, of course. Yes, I will sign a book for you on the way out. I can't do it now because I'm in the middle of answering questions from people with slightly more expensive cars.
Is Richard Hammond an alien female in disguise?
No, he's just a twat. He's not. He's very nice, Richard Hammond. He's very nice. It's just he's gone home. or we've lost him. Can't remember which. As I said, we probably put him in a matchbox and someone's chopping on him. But it is, yeah, it's the first time we haven't had him here.
Gabby?
Is it true that Stig and Hammond have got a thing?
A thing?
A thing, that they've had it?
No, that's James. You're muddling James and Stig. Yes, it is. Trust me, I've seen him. It's disgusting. James pushes back. He does.
Between two cars, that Ferrari F40 or Lamborghini Murcielago.
F40. I don't care what other car you say, F40. Because an F40 is a magical car. It's a really incredible car. It's because you probably all had a go in an indoor go-karting centre or driven a go-kart at some point in your lives. And you know that responsiveness you have from a go-kart. Well, an F40 is that, but with a V8 engine, twin-turbo V8 engine. It's a breathtaking piece of design, incredibly light. You know, you can see the weave of the carbon fibre through the paint, because the paint is so thin. It's like no other car you've ever driven, and it's incredible really when you think about it that Ferrari did the F50, which was 10 years later and was no better. They did the Enzo, that's a very bad car indeed. You won't get them here of course because they're left-hand drive, but if you were able to drive them here, you can't see anything at oblique junctions. If you do 3 standing starts with the launch control, you have to send it back to Maranello to have a new clutch fitted. That's £6,000, so do the calculation yourselves. So they've never quite mastered, even after 25 years or nearly 30 years, they still haven't produced a car better than the F40. It's the greatest car possibly ever made.
Jeremy, everyone's asking what car you'd rather have. I'd like to know what woman, a blonde or brunette.
What was that, sorry?
What woman would you rather have, a blonde or a brunette?
Oh, blonde. Well, I made an exception over there, obviously, but other than that. Right, I think that's probably the end, isn't it?
I think that's pretty much it. As I walk up, I just want to find out, what are you doing when you're not working? Because you've got so many shows still to come. You've got shows Friday, Saturday,
Well,
Sunday.
we're going to be full on here. Absolutely, you know, we're absolutely full on in Joburg because we've got shows all over the weekend. A couple of lunches. Pop up to the Cradle of Humankind tomorrow, have a nice lunch up there.
South African wines?
South African wines. I found a great one called Castle. I love it. It's down there.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly.
I think the last thing we want to say from Johannesburg, thanks for keep coming back and hopefully we'll see you next year.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.